Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking the dreaded Rose report. We got the granddaddy of all pay-per-views out of the way. Did you bet any money on it? There's a couple of things I got wrong, got totally wrong, but I think everybody did on the Sting thing. Get back to that in a few. Okay, what's going on? Tonight's Raw, taking place from the SAP Center of San Jose, California, with the fallout from WrestleMania 31. Tonight's show will include appearances by the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the new one, Seth Rollins, the new United States Heavyweight United States Champion, Heavyweight, I guess, John Cena, and the new Intercontinental Champion, Daniel Bryan. All right, heard a few days back that Sting and Undertaker are booked for Raw tonight, but not known whether they're going to be appearing live or it could be on the Titantron, could be something else. Got more on that in a while. Of course, other stars being advertised as the usual suspects. All right, the focus point for tonight's show, of course, is what's in store for the Seth Rollins era. I would suspect probably a short run. Anyway, what's next for Roman Reigns? And in fact, I wouldn't want to be in Seth Rollins' shoes right now. Man, he's got a couple of big suckers after him. And will there be any repercussions for the Ronda Rousey? And how will Stephanie McMahon respond to her? Which I don't know if they're trying to build something something like that up for the next year's WrestleMania, or just a one-shot deal. I'm not sure, but. And who will challenge the new champions? And Nikki Bella's days as a Diva champion, are they numbered? Well, we'll maybe find out tonight. One person that was kind of oddly missed. Noted before that Steve Austin was not in town for WrestleMania 31 this weekend. That came as a surprise to people within WWE because they had plans for him to, while he was in town, to possibly do some interviews or something for the network. PWI Insider reports that the story was going around that there was an issue between McMahon and Austin, perhaps something to do with the Austin's podcast on the WWE Network again, but they ended up going with Jericho. Of course, they may be out just feeling, putting feelers out. Who draws the better crowd on the network? I'm not sure how they measure that, but I guess they probably can. And as seen on Saturday night's Hall of Fame, Brooke Hogan and Nick Hogan, they were present with their dad and his wife. They were also at WrestleMania 31 last night. WWE filmed a lot of material for next season of the Total Divas this past weekend in California. Many family members of the Divas were also filmed. And don't know if you noticed it. Did you notice who the referee was for Sting and Triple H? Anyway, Sting reportedly requested former WCW and current WWE referee Charles Robinson to referee the match, for Triple H at 31 last night. Must be good friends, I don't know. And Vince McMahon was apparently very on hands at the WWE Hall of Fame rehearsals this weekend. He said the WWE website posted videos of photos of Vince wearing headsets, working with Kevin Nash on his speech during rehearsals, making sure he didn't wander too far, probably. One thing I thought was funny, I forgot to mention this on the phone line. When Kevin Nash was attacked from behind at WrestleMania, he fell to the ground. First thing he did was he grabbed his quad. Anyway, it's an inside joke. It's worth noting that The Undertaker is featured. Now, do you hear this? Featured for WWE's new promo for WrestleMania 32. All right. Chris Jericho tweeted the following about next week's live podcast with John Cena on the network. He says, next Monday live on Raw, the debut of Talk is Jericho on the WWE Network. Well, I get with my guest, John Cena. Get ready to laugh, baby. Sting and Triple H at WrestleMania 31 was the longest match of the night at 18.5 minutes. Just thought I'd let you know. Of course, with all the people coming down there, hell, it had to go over. Now, in my opinion, with the Stephanie McMahon, the Triple H coming out there, and then having The Rock come out, great surprise, great deal, but my gosh, that went long. Went way too long. And I think that's probably the reason the Andre the Giant Battle Royal thing got pushed to the pre-show. I would just guess. Anyway, WWE announced just over 1 million on the WWE subscribers back in January 27th. Vince McMahon announced that the network has surpassed now 1.3 million subscribers today and on the post-WrestleMania 31 conference call. Vince credited WrestleMania 31 with helping boost the subscriber count. All right. As far as my predictions, wasn't too bad. I forgot about the ladder match, though, but I would have picked you know, the winner right on there, but the AJ versus pardon me, AJ Lee and versus and Paige versus the Bellas. I picked that right, AJ and Paige. Battle Royal thing though was I was counting on Sheamus. I don't know why I said Sheamus, and I said wouldn't it be nice to see Samoa Joe pop up? But Samoa Joe is probably down in NXT getting retrained, you know, where he's not wrestling his own style, wrestling WWE style. But it's going to take a while to reform him. All right, Fatal Four-Way WWE Tag Teams. I got that right. Cesaro versus Tyson Kidd. Rollins and Orton. Got that right. Orton. Rusev and Cena. I said Cena was going to win due to Lana's interference. Now, I don't know whether you could say she interfered or what, but she was on the apron, got knocked off, he got concerned, and of course got rolled up and pinned, which has been done many a time. But anyway, got that right. Sting versus Triple H. I said, no way should Triple H win. Now, I don't know. I'd said it that way, but I kind of got a feeling that he was going to win. And I hated that. But I think what it's leading into is a rematch. I don't mean tonight on Raw, but I think there's going to be a rematch maybe down into the SummerSlam pay-per-view or another bigger pay-per-view that's coming up. I think it would be a rematch. I don't think they'll wait the next year. I hope not. All right, Taker versus Bray Wyatt. Undertaker, I said. Brock Lesnar versus Reigns. The one I got wrong. I said Brock Lesnar would win. And he was on the verge of winning, but now my question is, I may be looking at this wrong. This was a one-on-one match. One-on-one match. By Rollins bringing that briefcase in, turned it in, I have no idea why that got changed to a triple threat. I thought that's when you go over and pin the champion. Get the belt, you know, kind of slide in that way once he was down and out. But I didn't know I was going to reform the whole match and retitle it a triple threat. Wasn't counting on that stuff at all. All right, I want to go over, if you didn't catch the pay-per-view, there's a lot of, I mean, the network, they're putting a lot of good stuff on that network coming up. They're going to have some new original series. I'm just going to go through just the titles and stuff. It's called Camp WWE. Coming in late 2015. It's a partnership with Seth Green's Stupid Buddies, Stoolies. Let's see, what's the other one? It's a collaboration with Seth Green. Anyway, another one called Swerved, coming in May. WWE teams up with the directors of Jackass and Bad Grandpa, which is, I don't think their language is going to hold up on this, but because the language and everything on both of them is amazing. Words I've never heard of. Diva Search, coming this fall. WWE expands the global search for the most beautiful, athletic, charismatic women to find the next stunning WWE diva, which I'll be watching that and taping it every week. Or month, however long they're doing it. Now they got another one, which was odd. Jerry Springer presents WWE Too Hot for TV, coming in April. Host of the legendary talk show, Jerry Springer, said this is going to be reintroducing the WWE universe to most outrageous stunts, cringing-inducing moments in TV history. Now, years ago, well, 2 years ago, I had a video store, and probably 10 years before that, he came out with, I think it was on VHS then, Jerry Springer Too Hot for TV. It was all uncensored, you know. It was something. It was Actually, parts of his show that they always edited out. And it was a lot of nudity and stuff. All right, what have I got now? Live with Chris Jericho, says. Debuts Monday, April 6th, with special guest John Cena's podcast with Jericho challenges his guests to a provocative, candid conversation about their career, lives, past controversies, all crap. Unfiltered with Renee Young debuts in May. WWE announcer Renee Young interviews WWE superstars and other pop culture celebrities, uncovering about everything at anyway, they're trying to find dirt. What it is. Culture Shock with Corey Graves premiering in June. WWE commentary. Corey Graves reveals a variety of unique venues, customs, music, foods, peoples, tours around the world. From Marvel Comic headquarters to a tattoo shop. Alright, WWE, The List, coming in June. The list, WWE List is the best, worst, most bizarre, interesting of everything and anything WWE. If it's outrageous out there, sexy, whatever, just plain fun, it'll be on the list. I got a, The List on every day. There's the show called The List, and it's, what is it on after... I think it's on the same time E.T. is. You know which one. Hey, anyway, then they got new episodes coming out of on the network. It's going to be 24/7. They got new episodes of The Count, new episode of Rivalries, Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. I don't know if that's new episodes, but and then they got specials. Floyd Mayweather versus The Big Show, the biggest and the best. What was that? 08. NXT TakeOver, and then happy birthday to Trent Beretta, 28, Zach Gallen, 32 years old, 5-time WWF champion, Mike IRS Rotundo, 57, one-time world heavyweight champion, Ronnie Garvin, 70 years old. Today would have been the birthday of WWF and JCP wrestling legend, special delivery SD Jones, 70 years old he would have been. Thanks for clicking, you guys. Let me know your opinion of last night's show. I gotta go.